Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's time to have this reality chat.
It sure is.
Jonathan, oh my goodness. Jonathan, are you ready?
I am. Are you ready? You said you got a lot to say about these girls, child.
I do. And we want to say hello to all of you. Listen, I am not happy with these lights. These lights are not lighting today. But you know what? Let me go ahead and just jump into this. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? It's time to have this reunion chat, y'all. It is time to have this reunion conversation. Jonathan, I'm so glad you're here so I can have somebody to talk to about this, because when I talk to my husband about it, he's like, okay, they did what? Okay.
Right. And who is who? Like, I don't know her.
Why is she always starting stuff? And who's this one again? Which one is that one again?
Right. Yeah. Men.
All right, you guys. I know, right? Exactly. Thank you. These men, what do they know? So, you guys, it is time for us to have this chat about these housewives of New York. Now, you all know this was a reunion. It is time for us to have a good old conversation about it. And we are going to do that as soon as we say hello to those of you who are in the chat. So much. Hey, listen, reality with Krista Marie. How you doing, girl? Hey, girl. Hey. Oh my goodness, I love reality with Krista Marie. If y'all haven't subscribed to her channel, go over there. She cracks me up. She does such a great job doing these shows. Hey, AT2 over there on Instagram and all those. Hey, Dustin over there on Instagram. Thank y'all so very much for being here. You guys, I am so excited about this conversation because I saw some insights, some internal things that we need to discuss as a public, a community, about what some of these ladies spoke about while on this reunion.
Okay.
Now, we don't want to miss those good nuggets. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so very much for being here. And you guys, I'll say hello to the new member. Hey, Peace 24/7. Thank you for becoming a new member here. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We love it. We love it. All right. So, hey, Dustin over here. Dustin over here.
Hey, Dustin.
Thank you for being here. Hey, Dustin. Hey, Latoya.
Hey, Latoya.
She said, hey, broski. Yes. Reality said, I'm here. Reality, I will drop the link because I know you and Dustin also like to watch this show also. I believe it's already pinned on there, but we'll drop it as well. But I want Jonathan to be able to get his words out first, and then I'll go ahead and drop that here. So y'all make sure that y'all come on in the room and let's have this chat. All right. So, Jonathan, where would you like to start on these housewives of New York? I don't even know if we're going to have time to talk about Salt Lake City because these housewives of New York reunion, but you tell me.
It's okay. I think I'd want to get into the conversation with Sai, because Sai's issues with Jessel and issues with the other girls has come to the forefront, and she admits openly that I don't care. And I'm so glad that she admitted that openly so that everyone knows where she stands. And Jessel can stop trying to be her friend when, Sai clearly does not care about being anyone's friend for that matter. And yes, we did establish, Andy did ask her, have you eaten yet? And yes, she has eaten already, because we know her and her diet and her vegetarianism, and it don't be matching up with the lack of food that Erin presents at her gatherings. Okay,
say that 2 times twice. Hey, Dustin, how you doing?
What's going on,
Dustin?
What's
up, Jude? Hey, what's up? And nice to co-host with you this evening. So makes my day to co-host with you, Jonathan and Juice. Makes my day today. Thanks for allowing me to co-host today.
I love it. So Justin Hayes is here. Hey. Oh.
Hey.
Hey, nephew. Hey.
Justin.
Hey, Justin. Look at my nephew. He say, hey, auntie. Oh, my goodness. I love Justin. I'm going to see you this weekend too, Justin. All right. So let's get into this, you guys. Uber's conversation. And like you said, Jonathan, listen, Sai was like, I brought my own food. And Andy was like, did you bring your groceries? And she's like, yeah, I bought my food. Listen, I ain't mad at her because I travel with my food too. Everybody that knows me know I travel with a sandwich in my purse if I have to. Come on.
Okay.
Now. Because I'm not going to be out here on the streets hungry. I'm not going to be saying, where's the nearest drive-through?
Me neither.
Right.
I'll bring my food with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to be Mary Cosby on the bus saying, I'm not getting out, take me to Burger King or McDonald's, get me a grilled chicken sandwich or a fish sandwich or whatever she wanted. I'm not going to be that girl.
That fish sandwich is Mary's favorite, child.
It's Mary's favorite. I'm going to just pull mine out my purse just like Sai did. And I'm not mad at Sai for doing that. I really am not. But you guys, let's go ahead and have this conversation, okay? Uber's conversation about Jenna, powerhouse business woman, but poor mentality, but poor me mentality. Now, what y'all think about that? Let me say hi to my nephew real quick, and I'll get back to this. Hey, Justin.
What's going on, Justin?
Look at it. Look at this tag say your favorite nephew. I cannot. Thank you, Justin. Listen. Latoya.
I'm trying to get some light so you can see us. You ain't gonna put me on. You don't want to put me on camera.
I see y'all. Love y'all.
Hey.
Love y'all.
I'm just saying, hey.
I love it. Thank you, sweetie, for coming through and saying hello. Appreciate you.
Welcome, auntie.
And Regina, it's Booski, not Broski. Okay.
Yeah, she's not calling me her bro. Regina.
Okay, child.
I
love it.
about that.
Girl.
Number one, Booski.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Bye.
All right, y'all.
Bye, girl. So Uber's conversation about Jenna, she says that Jenna did not portray herself to be the powerhouse woman that she is. And she has this woe is me or poor me mentality. Now, what was your thoughts about that, Jonathan? Because I have conversations about that as well.
I was a little shocked when I heard that. I really was. But as I went back and remembered everything that we saw from Jenna in this first season of them being together, I really kind of saw what Uber was talking about. Jenna was talking about a lot of her issues with her skin and her teeth, other things, her bad relationships and things of that nature. So everything hasn't been so upbeat with Jenna as far as her conversations have been concerned. So I really did see what Uber meant. Jenna doesn't, I think Uber wants Jenna to kind of floss a little bit more. She wants Jenna to show what she has or show her money a little bit more. Maybe that's what Uber was referring to. But yes, I saw what Uber was saying. I thought it was a little severe, saying that, she's depressed and, she's down and she's woe is me. I don't think it's to that extent, but I see what Uber was saying.
I see.
What do you think, Dustin?
I agree with Jonathan. I've seen a lot of that as well last night. I watched it on Peacock, so I watched it right after it was on TV. But I watch stuff on Peacock because I don't like the ads, so I watch it on Peacock. But I did see a lot of that last night. I think that she was having an up and down reunion. I think Andy really hit a nerve on certain things, if I say so myself.
Yes. Now I understand all of that. I was trying to get these lights a little better. I understand that also. Here's my thoughts on that as well. I think what Uber was really trying to say, I don't think she was trying to belittle Jenna. Hey, Light of the Leo. I don't think she was trying to belittle Jenna, but I think what she was trying to do,
Leo.
She was saying that she just wants her to be more of herself. But I also get and understand what Jenna was doing. Jenna was like, listen, this wasn't the setting for me to be in business mode. This was the setting for me to be in friendship mode. And my friendship mode is not my power move mode. And I get that from her. Hey, Light of the Leo.
Hello. I don't know why Latoya ain't tell y'all what I was doing. I'm over here looking through the comments. She ain't said nothing to y'all.
It's okay. It's okay. It is.
Unfortunately, I read the link and it said 7:30. I said, "Ooh, King Jesus, thank you. Now I got enough time to eat some chicken." So we went to Popeyes and I got some chicken. And as I was going into my thigh, I said, "You know what? Let me just check this to make sure." And Latoya got me correct. Did you tell him, Jonathan?
No, I didn't tell. I did see the text messages though. I did see
Oh,
the
okay.
text messages. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my fingers are grease free and I'm ready to talk.
Let's talk. Let's talk. We're talking
Well,
about
what?
here.
Oh,
And the scene where Uba was saying that she was not representing herself as a powerhouse woman that she is. Instead, she was doing more of the woe is me kind of thing. What's your thoughts on that comment?
When I saw that, I low-key rolled my eyes just a taste. And I feel like it was because of, I believe Uba, she's one of those kind of girls that likes to keep it all out in the open, likes to keep everything on her sleeve. But I don't think she sees or understands that Jenna has to play her role. And
Right.
also when it comes to situations like they were talking about her not being in the whole blow-ups and stuff. It's like, why would she? I'd be doing
Right.
the same thing. I'd be watching everybody and what's going on, especially if it did not have anything to do with you. And then, of course, as a grown woman, why would you jump into anybody else's mess so that you
Right.
can get your feet wet, get feet muddy as well?
that's
It's
what I thought
pointless.
too.
I think Uba, I believe she was just really, I think she was stretching with this one. Like she
I
was
think she
really,
was.
real trying.
I think she was too. That's what I
Hmm.
Yeah,
thought last
I
night.
found that to be quite a stretch, saying that she's woe is me. Jenna's never been the woe is me type, but she
No.
might not be as lively as your say Bryn's or maybe your Aaron. She's not as lively all the time. And when Uba was explaining the fact that Jenna's not involved in any of the mess, I was like, that's a good thing, Uba. That's what I look for.
Okay.
And I agree with that, Jenna. I mean, Jenna is like, listen, if it's not my fight, it's not, I'm not going to come out here and fight and windmill for
For
y'all.
what?
Right.
For what?
And she
I'm
does have
grown.
to be that powerhouse boss to still get to that staff and employees and do all that. And you don't have time to be going out there, doing all this crazy stuff.
Foolishness.
But I do, I kind of get what Uba was saying. She wanted us to see at least part of the powerhouse. But if we want to see that, then they're gonna have to film when she's doing that.
That's it. And we
Right.
saw just a small bit of that while they were doing that open casting. And we saw
Yes.
how she operates there, but it's like, what did she want her to do? I think Uba's asking for a bit much here.
Are they?
Agreed.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
My question is: are they going to have a two-part reunion or just one
Yes.
part? A
No,
two-part.
it's two
Okay.
part. There's
Okay.
another part coming next week. All right. So Uba says, Uba agrees with Sai that Jenna does not celebrate her wins, which I'm glad that Sai brought that up about Jenna. About Jenna, because Jenna is one of these. She don't have to be. I kind of like what Sai kind of like. Okay, I do this and I do that and I do that and I do that. But Jenna is like, I don't have to say all that. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to be the talk of. That's just not who I am.
Yeah.
But Sai was thinking you don't celebrate your wins, but I think Jenna does, but she does it with her bank account and not with her mouth.
Right. She does it quietly. She moves in silence like the G in lasagna. She moves in silence. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to be in your face all the time. Hey, look what I did. Hey, look what I did. No, the resume speaks for itself.
Because y'all remember the answer to that question, are those, all her wonderful clothes and shoes and everything, are they, given to her as, gifts and, PR products, or are you purchasing them? She said, yeah, I buy them.
Buy them, every single one of them.
That's how we celebrate.
My question,
Exactly.
My question is, why did that's her business or what she wants to do. So why did everybody else have to know about it anyway?
Right.
Because that's how Sai rolls.
Yeah, and it's
There
because
we
they're all on
go.
the show, and they all feel like she's the one not giving as much as all the other girls, so they feel as though that's a good excuse to try to get on her bad side or to try to at least bring that up into conversation.
Do you
That
think
she's
they're
not
trying?
like the others.
I feel like that's the
Do you think they're
stupidest
trying to
thing.
get rid? Do you think they're trying to get rid of her because she's not bringing the tea this season?
Well, actually, they said that three of the ladies, Uber called it out. Uber said three of y'all didn't even want her on here.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, they ain't want to talk
did.
about that though.
Yeah.
No, Andy cut that off real quick. He was like, "Okay, we're gonna get to that."
But I believe that Jenna certainly serves her purpose because we like to watch these shows to see opulence, and
Right.
Jenna provides that in spades. I don't see any. She does not need to ramp up anything. She just needs to continue to be herself because there's not a lot of hers out there, and she needs to continue to be her. Well, I don't know why Saya, why she's trying to be, why she's trying to make everybody be like her as well, or like we all need to be horrible like Aaron, not my Aaron D, but the other Aaron. Okay, why we got to be like her? And P.S. I have a quick question. Why she always wearing short dresses?
That's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna ask.
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, she's got the body, she's got the legs. I guess she just wants to,
Get a high split like Saya, man.
Child,
give me a dress.
Right.
Well, let's talk about this part because Jenna was speaking about how her son is really proud of her. And Jenna said that when they go out in public, her son grabs her hand and said, "This is my mom. She's my mom," because all the people are now recognizing even more who she is. And she said she really kind of like cherishes that. I mean, that to me was one of those moments like, oh my gosh, Jenna, I'm loving it, especially after we heard how you and your mother's relationship was. So I'm loving that your son is giving you what your mom didn't give you. What's your thought? Tell me about that.
I loved hearing that. The fact that, she went through so much trouble with her mother, and she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to give the love to her son that her son really needed. But she found, but she finds it a little, I won't say easier, but it doesn't come to her as difficult to give that love to her son because she does have that love for her son. So when you have it, it's so much easier to give it. But when you ain't got it on you now, it's kind of hard to to flesh out. But I loved that she was telling the fact that she loves her son and she loves giving that love to her son. Because a lot of times when you see people on Iyanla that are devastated or that did not get that love when they were growing up, a lot of times they're unable to get that love to their children. So the fact that Jen is able to do that is a testament in its own.
Absolutely. And Krista, she can be my Erin as well. I love her just as you love her. She has a very big heart. I think she can handle both of us.
Yeah.
Anywho, I agree with Jonathan. Being able to show the love that you were never given is a gift. She could have been, what she learned from her mother, but she did not have to do that. And she pushed on in love and making sure to show it, apparently even surprising herself.
Surprising herself. That's right.
Yes. Yeah. I'm loving that she had that. What do y'all also think about the conversation that Jenna had with Bryn when she was speaking of that? And Bryn was saying, "Hey, what about, I'm sorry, 82, if I didn't see you over there. Yes, come on over to YouTube." Jenna was saying how the wonderful conversation, the wonderful relationship she has with her son. And then Bryn said, to her, how is it, like, kind of like, tell me a little bit more about that. Because I believe Bryn was probably feeling like because she had a bad relationship with her mom, how would she be if she have children? And I think Andy caught on to that too, because he asked her that question. What's y'all's thoughts on that? I love that she was even vulnerable enough, Bryn, to have that conversation with Jenna. I love
Bryn.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Go ahead, Light. What's your thoughts?
That was such a sweet, special moment. I think it was just so sweet. Being able to give each other the hope that you can be great. And just thinking about like, oh my gosh, they do have a cast full of mothers on there. So she's been able to see some amazing examples because they're all are great mothers. So it felt really great to see them put into her that you're going to be every mother that you wish you had.
Right. And that's why I was so happy when I think it was either Uber or Sai that told Bryn after she said that she was always afraid she wouldn't be able to give that love out. And Uber or Sai were like, well, you just heard Jenna say that she's able to do exactly what it is you're afraid you're not able to do. So you can do it, girl. And I think I would see Bryn as the most loving mother, the most doting mother, an amazing mother. I'm sure she would spoil her child rotten, especially if it's a girl or a boy, either or. But she would be the one of the best mothers, I feel, if Bryn were to do that.
And speaking of Bryn, I finally get the outfit. She did say pilgrim chic.
Yes.
And it's like, you know what? Now I understand.
Yes.
I see where you're going, my sister.
Right.
And I understand what's going on.
What's your thoughts, Dustin?
It made me kind of emotional last night when they had that talk about that, because I said this on here before on the panel. Stuff makes me kind of emotional, so I got kind of emotional on that scene last night. It was a talk that needed to be had on the show last night, but it did make me kind of emotional.
Yes, and I get that. But you know what? This one thing I've always said about this new episode, this new cast of Real Housewives of New York, there's so much that we can relate to in real life with their family situations and family matters and stuff like that. So I'm glad. Now I'm hoping season 2 is going to be just as good as this, because a lot of the personal parts came out of it.
Have they already been renewed for another season or not?
I haven't heard it yet, but I'm hoping they are. They are.
Should be.
Mimir said, it hurt my heart to hear Jenna's story. Her mom had to struggle with a disorder that went undiagnosed and knew her kids suffered but couldn't get help. And that's the part. Her mom suffered with an ailment, but unfortunately she was not able to get the help that she needed. And Jenna does not hold her mom. There's no anger towards her mom for that. And I love that. I love that. I mean, there's hurt, but there's no anger. Hey, Krista Marie, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, girl.
You.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Y'all check out Reality with Krista Marie's page. Go ahead, girl. Tell us what you think about this.
Okay. No, don't get mad. Don't get mad. I didn't watch the season, but I've been hearing about the opinions on what, their personal lives and what they did with the reunion. But so I was just going to weigh in on that. But do you think they're going to get renewed? They'll get renewed for a whole new season, and I think they'll become friends, because they weren't friends to begin with. But I think that's how we get these good shows, because they just not met each other, but they can build relationships that aren't old or damaged. They're not coming in with grudges against this one or that one, even though they're saying that it went Jenna there and all that. But I think these, if we keep watching, if we start watching, they can build relationships and make this a really good franchise.
I do.
Relationships.
I do. And I was looking at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They are in their 13th season. 13 seasons. So all they have to do is, now will they recast some of these ladies eventually? Maybe they will. Maybe, for whatever reasons, because that's what the franchises do. But I think they should come back. I think this one should give them at least this same full cast another season. Let's give them another try. That's just my thought. I would love to see them come back again, because I think there's so much more that we still haven't seen. There's still so much more. Speaking of something we haven't seen is Uba's new man, Mr. Connecticut, that everybody.
I don't think we'll ever see that man. I don't think we'll see that man. Oh, no.
I have a feeling if they're still together in the next season, I think there's a little itty bitty chance that we might see him, because he's met all the other girls. So if he's met all the other girls, then that's one step away from being on camera. So I would love to see him, because they've described him wonderfully, and I would love to lay eyes on that man.
I would love to see it too. Andy's already laid eyes, because Andy tried to give us hints and clues, like he's tall, he's good. And I saw the look on Uba's face when she was like, "Don't you dare!"
All right now.
Okay, that's mine.
Don't you dare say anything. Hey, Miss Darnell Bible Buys, thank you for being here today. And thank you so much, Mimir, for being here, if I didn't say hello to you as well. All right, so let's go on to Erin's conversation about her being the oldest sister and having to take on most responsibilities for her family, and crying when it came to the situation that her mother was dealing with, a health issue. And Erin says she had a rough summer. My thoughts on this when I heard this, and her background, the Israeli background, a lot of them, they do have this big thing where you take care of family. Even though her father and her mother are no longer together, her being the oldest sibling, it is oftentimes on the oldest sibling to take care of the rest of the siblings. But when she started talking, I was like, now minus your mom, because of course you're gonna take care of your mom no matter what. But when she's talking about her sisters and brothers, I'm like, you have to learn at a certain point, they grown. They grown. I don't have to sit around here and have my life stressed out to try and take care of grown adults. I'm not doing that. Light of the Leo, what's your thoughts? And I'm gonna come over to Jonathan, over to Chris Marie, and then over to Dustin. What's your thoughts?
I have to say, at some point, especially as adults and as all of us become adults, there has to be some boundaries. We have to create the boundaries. It's one thing, just like you said, to make sure to take care of your mother. Yes, who else gonna do it? Okay, so yes, we take care of our parents as much as we can, but when it comes to our adult siblings, we do our best. But this woman has childrens with an S, and for her to have to rip herself away from her children and her husband that want it all the time, that's a bit much. So it's time to make sure that we are starting the process of setting boundaries, because if it took that much out of her, I know it's one thing to, make sure to take care of your mother, but on top of that, having to make sure a sibling is okay, it is time that maybe we all need to come together to make sure that one sibling is okay, to take some of the pressure off myself. Though it's, something that we're used to, we got to change something. Something's got to change.
Right. Jonathan, continue the conversation about her. Also, I felt really sad when she said she was 15 years old and her parents would go out of town and she, or out of the country more or less.
To Israel.
And she would have to stay there and take care of her siblings.
Right.
A 15-year-old.
That is a lot that you're putting into a 15-year-old's hands. That's a lot that you're asking for them to do. And of course, I would understand, if I had taken care of a younger sibling as they grew up, as we grow up, you still kind of feel to make sure they're okay. You feel like you have that obligation to make sure that they're good. And so when as you continue to grow, that typically doesn't go away. But she has to remember, as Jennifer said, you got a husband and kids that you got to take care of too. And so, these people are grown now, and they are more than ready and able to take care of themselves. But at the same time, if you continue those actions, as Erin is, of trying to make sure that they're okay, they're going to use that to get everything that they can out of her, if they're that smart.
And that's when the usury comes in, and that's when the stress comes onto her life. And and it gets to be where now she's crying on camera saying she had a rough summer. Reality with Krista Marie, tell us your thoughts on this.
Now, if it's gonna if that's the way you were raised and you're used to taking care of them, right? And then as you get older, and it's completely going to drain everything out of her. If she can't, if she's home and she's having a summer, it's draining her mentally to take care of. Like, when you say take care of, you mean financially or just say like
that's what it sounds like, financially.
Yeah. Okay, now like you said, they're grown adults. She's not going to be able to be the best that she can be in her own home, her place of peace, where she lays her head down at night, where she has to have a peace of mind. How can she have peace of mind if she's trying to take care of somebody who's grown as adult? And then she comes home and she's completely drained. She's nothing left for her life and her family. And as you get older, it chips away at you. And eventually it's like they suck the life out of you. And then, but you also inside, you have that in you to, like, sometimes you can't stop wanting to take care of them, because you know that if you don't, they could end up, I mean, I get it. If you give them too much, then you also don't let them. How are they going to grow? And are they ever going to take care of themselves? Like, how long do you do that for? You can't do it forever,
That's true. Dustin, I'm going to come over to you after I read this comment. On the toy side, I felt that one, Jennifer, because all of the weight of my mom's health care falls on me because I'm the oldest. And you know what? And it does fall on us. But we have to also understand, taking care of your parent is different. I will go through hell and high water to take care of my mom. She's in heaven now, so God's taking care of her. But when she was here, I would do my part. But I still look to my siblings to do their part as well. But if they didn't do it, I would still go. And I'm not even the oldest. I'm not the oldest. But I still would, step in there and help. But I'm not taking care of the siblings. No, y'all, you grown. And I had to learn. I say that, and I'm gonna come over to you, Dustin. I had to learn, and I said that to Joseph. I said I need to write the book because I've learned the art of no. Learned the art of saying no, and I have gained so much of my own mental stability back. My anxiety has decreased because the art of saying no can bring back your wellness.
Right.
Right.
Man, it can. Justin, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are this, Juice, and I'm gonna keep it good, and I'm gonna keep it nice and short because I don't want to say too much on this topic because it probably your time is probably getting lesser and lesser. But I was gonna say I agree with what you're saying, Juice. You can only a person can only handle so much, and it gets to the point where if you're trying to help somebody, and it gets to a point where you can't do it, you can't take on anymore. The person only can handle so much. So somebody, if you have another person that can help you along, that's what needs to be happening. So I agree with what you said, Regina, about if you have somebody else in the family can help you, go ahead and do it that way because it's going to take you down as well.
Right.
Not only the family members, but it's going to take you down, and then you're going to feel like you can't help them anymore.
Right. Now it's a whole different scenario if they are physically not able to take care of themselves. That's a whole other thing. But Erin did not say that it was anything of that nature. She didn't say if there was any ailments or anything that were hindering them. But Erin, I think Erin is going to have to learn how to let go. She's going to have to learn how to let go. She's going to have to learn how to know that if you're not healthy for you and your kids and your husband, then that's going to be a bigger issue because a lot of times when you look for someone to step in, they usually don't step in, even though you stepped in. So you could still help the family and not put yourself in a place where you're totally drained.
Right.
Yeah. Because if you get to the point where you're totally drained, you just don't feel like doing nothing anymore.
Exactly. And Erin also says she got a new rental. When she said she got a new home, I thought first she was going to say she bought something, but she said she got a new rental. I was like, you're working with Eckridge, the Eckridge firm.
Okay, she's a real estate tycoon, and you renting? Okay,
you got a place in the Hamptons.
Maybe like in Salt Lake, they say they don't want people to see their real home. But it's like they don't want to see like a personal where they really live. But it's like that's a lot of extra money to be putting out just for the film.
Exactly.
I wonder if the network any pays for any of that. I wonder if they pay for them to have a different filming house because I know that some of the other networks do that. So I didn't know if Bravo does that or not.
They probably rat them out.
Reality. What you think? Reality.
I mean, I when you think about it that way, okay, if you stay in the one rental and not keep moving around, I want to know that you live where you say you live. Are you really from here? Are you really why? Like, are you just here to film? Because to me, you're not the vibe of like be where the vibe is. Like, I want to see you guys all live there. I mean,
I agree.
Makes sense. I'm like, if you don't live in this area, who are you then? Like, tell me you can't find
if you don't live in this area, then why are you filming this show?
Right.
Well, you know what? Speaking of living in the area, remember they were talking about at the end, almost the end of this episode, that Jethro, they are now trying to say wasn't even living in New York.
They came they went to find her. They actually would come on our show.
Come on our show. And she left from where? California. And she's like, okay, I'm here. And Andy was like, well, when did you move? And when did we start filming? And do y'all think it's a problem when these housewives move to the city or state that they are filming? Because I've seen other housewives that have allegedly done it. I'll start with you, Dustin, and over to reality.
I agree with that. I think that they if they're going to be on a certain show, they need to be a resident of where they're filming from. I don't think they should be allowed to move from another place to go film for another show. And then when they get done filming the show, I think they either need to stay there or they don't be allowed back on the show.
Wow. Reality, what's your thoughts?
I mean, because off season, you're not gonna if you're not living there, right? You're gonna really hang out with these women and create friendships and relationships. So then, when filming does start, it doesn't look fake. You know what I mean? I understand maybe you need a break from these ladies, like they are your co-workers, but I don't know. I just there's a lot of franchises that do that, but they stay in the area, right? You know, like, but I like, you know, like with I don't mind crossovers. It doesn't seem to be working. By the way, OC got picked up. All the women got picked back up on for OC. They're all coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shocked. I thought they were getting
Really.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the women? Should they move? I mean,
so I feel like a lot of these producers are a little desperate when they ask for people to come on over, because you know, like this has happened for so many different, you know, franchises, like, you know, Atlanta and all that stuff. Like people have really been transplanting just to film the show, leave, then come back, leave, then come back, rent a house. That's why, you know, sometimes a lot of times these houses switch up every season, because, you know, it's a rental and they technically don't live there. So personally, I don't care. At least with Jessel, if that's the case for her, I don't care. I enjoyed having Jessel, though I didn't like her at first. Now that we understand her, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, keep her around.
You know, go ahead, Jonathan. Tell me your thoughts on this.
Right. I love when the girls from the certain franchises are from that hometown. It just adds that bit of authenticity to the show. However, if I see a show is going down, like let's say Atlanta, and they need to find someone that they can have to transition from another state or another area or city to Atlanta to add to the show to make the show better, I'm not against that, because I want to see a better show. So again, I love when they're hometown girls, but if you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. Okay?
Come on, Jonathan. Yeah,
Jonathan.
I do.
Because I was gonna say, also, Miss Kenya Moore was not living in Atlanta when they originally started filming.
Sure, I didn't think so.
I mean, you know, hey, and she done moved over here and got the garbage man and said, "Say you my boyfriend." So you know.
And then Claudia Jordan, you remember her? I think she came over from Dallas, I believe.
From Dallas, yes.
And y'all remember that white refrigerator?
I remember that.
Now I look at people's fridges because of that scene. I didn't know that was the thing. I didn't know it was the thing. I'm like, oh.
That is hilarious.
You really felt about that white refrigerator.
Listen. Just to say, we got the house over here. We got the house in this state. We got the house. She said, we go everywhere. She said, we go wherever we need. And Andy's like, oh, so I guess if we go to this other country, I forget the country he named, but she was like, yeah, she said, we have to, I go there too. She's just letting you know, she got the money to go where she want to go. That's basically what Jessica was saying.
The husband that does
I think sometimes.
Hold on, Dustin. What'd you say, Reality?
I'm sorry. Is this the one that has the husband that takes his miles and goes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We're going to talk about that next. I'm coming to you with that one next. Go ahead, Dustin.
I think sometimes the network offers them more money to move around in different shows. So if they offer them more money, like I think they might do, or they might have to do, if somebody leaves and they can't find anybody, I think they offer more money to move on the other show.
Okay. All right. And you know what? Sometimes they do.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think goes on. Some of these people, sometimes they move because they get offered more money to move to that other show.
Well, Reality, coming over to you about this conversation about the husband and him going on that trip, which you spoke about last week. And listen, the ladies didn't like it, but listen, he fought back, because did y'all see the sandwich and the lettuce and tomato Instagram picture that he posted when he was talking about it?
I missed that.
He is my favorite husband on there. That was hilarious.
Do you believe this guy? I don't know him. Do you? Okay. How okay.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he bring her? All right. Why doesn't he bring his wife with him? Like, why don't they just take a fun? I don't know.
See, the point is, let me tell you, can't tag along. She cannot be in attendance. She cannot be present during said trip to Vietnam.
Okay. AKA,
that's the whole point.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Give
From you
me
and the kids.
some time.
These crazy 2-year-olds running
Because
around like their heads chopped
he
off.
wants to go get a sandwich, a really good sandwich that he knows that he only can get from out there. Okay.
I thought it was because of Miles.
Yes, also Miles
That's
too.
what he said. Yeah, he
Miles,
said it was
that's
because
actually
of
the
the
main
Miles.
issue. But I can tell you, Krista, from watching the show, if you see their relationship, they have kind of like a bestie relationship,
Yes.
which is not something that we've seen a whole lot on TV. So it's like when he talked about his trip, she was like, "Oh, okay, cool." You know, it was nothing. She didn't blow up. But of course, everybody around her that might have heard just a little snippet of the story was like, "Well, what is he doing over there? What's going on?" Like, no, it's none of your business.
And the reason for the
I bet
added
she's going out.
suspicion, Krista, is because they hadn't related, been intimate in over a year since she had the kids.
2 years.
So yeah, almost 2 years. So that's even added more fuel to the fire of the girls thinking, oh, he's going over there to get his freak on.
I don't even understand why she told them.
Me either. And Andy asked her, do you regret telling them that you hadn't had sex with your husband in over a year? She said no. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, girl.
All right, if you say so.
Do you?
She's okay with his trips to get the Miles and sandwiches. If she's okay with it, then we got to be okay with it. Like,
exactly. What do you want us to do?
We're telling her it's wrong if it ain't wrong in her eye. Like if it ain't wrong to her, then
if you like it, I love it, girl.
Exactly. And but see, that's how I wish all of us would think about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Your relationship is your relationship. I will never understand or try to put my understanding of relationships on your relationship because that's yours. She did not have an issue about that trip. So why should I?
Only one trip, or like does he do a lot?
It was multiple because he said he had been there twice before and he was going to do it for the third time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He has 3 more tickets available. So he got 3 more trips he's going to take, and he's only got 1 seat for each trip.
This is a reoccurring theme.
Okay. And something tells me, she said, if he needed, go do what you do. Okay.
Right.
Whatever you need.
All right.
She was like, okay, whatever. Latoya said the only housewife who actually lives in Potomac is Karen. Oh my goodness. So y'all know
that. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That is coming back on, you guys. And they are trying to crown a new woman to be the grand dame. And she was like, Karen was like, if it was that easy.
Okay.
Nobody can be her.
Nobody.
And she sealed it with just that moment, if it could be.
And judging by this new girl's makeup, ain't no way she can be the new grand dame. Okay, because the makeup has to be flawless.
Doesn't Karen look younger and younger every season?
She does. She really does. I think it's not
her daughter. I thought it was her daughter.
Let me tell you something. When you get more and more money and you get more and more into yourself and joy, happiness, and working through your issues, working through the tax issues, and then able to take care of yourself even more and more in a way, child, it's showing all over her. She looking real good.
Amazing.
I think the icing on the cake for Karen has been her wig game because her wig game has shot to the moon. And also, she's had a few tweaks to her face or whatever the case may be. When all of that comes together, good ones. When all of that comes together, honey, it's over.
She looks fake at all.
No, not at all.
No,
it looks so good.
That first season when she shifted that wig, that was the first wig.
Okay, hold up now. Hold on.
That was the first wig shift besides Kim when Nene was trying to pull Kim wig.
No, that was Sheree.
That was Sheree.
Thank you, Sheree.
She gave it a little shift. That's what she said. She did.
Which was very mean, by the way. But Karen's wig shift was hilarious. I love how she laughed at herself.
Yeah.
But I tell you, she learned from that, and she went and got a wigologist, and that wigologist is doing it. That's how you do it, Karen. That's how you do it. You take that and you turn it into something magnificent.
Okay, best hair on the show.
She did. Yes.
Besides Wendy.
Remember when she was in the bathtub? Or was it Kate? Who was in the bathtub? Her or Ray? And Ray's coming up, Ray, Ray, and he's crawling up the steps like he's all crumping.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, Ray. And I'm like, I don't even want to know what's going to
No,
happen.
thank you.
Yes, Karen, sell us the fantasy, girl. Sell us the fantasy.
He's got his cane up. Like, oh my God, she's naked in the bathtub. Oh, right.
See, that's another thing about their relationship. That's their relationship, not mine.
Right.
You
But
can
it's
have
so
that. I don't.
cute to see. Like they act like young guns, and it's so cute to see to see them do that. Karen, you can't tell Karen how old she is. She's as young as she wants to be.
But I will tell y'all, as we going over to Potomac, I'll finish New York in a minute. When the first season of Potomac came on, Karen's body was banging better than anybody else's body on there.
And still to
Her
this
being
day.
the eldest of the group. I am not mad at a Karen Huger. I am not mad at Karen Huger. She is doing it for us women of a certain age.
You know who else? Luann Gisela, Luann, Kansas Luann. Her body looks like she's 25 years old. Like I saw her show with her live show. It's not. I'm like, man, like it's not just, it's not work in her face. Like her face, she's aged well, but her body is amazing.
Yes, when she was just on Andy Cohen's live. Yeah, she was just on there with what is her name? Because they're getting ready to do Girls Trip. And I forget the other lady's name, but let me tell you, Luann's body is amazing. Amazing. And I'm not mad at her. Y'all say hello to Robin. Hey, Robin. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Hey, Robin. Hey, girl. And Mamir said this. He said, flying for miles is a real thing. People do.
I can't relate. Do you lose?
And see, that's why it's so weird to us. Because we can't relate.
I mean, I would make a bring my fam. I don't know. I guess like she don't have a problem with whatever is going on.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
She's like bye. She's like bye.
I wouldn't be like you said. Why tell everybody? Because you know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Right? Like, you want to ask questions if you.
Yeah.
You know the questions gonna come when you say something like that, especially when you admit that you haven't done it in over a year. Like you
especially
know
with
the girls ask something.
Is that normal
okay.
after you have a baby though? Is that normal after you have a baby? Not to what have? I mean, I don't have kids, but like maybe that's just something that happens after you have a baby. You don't feel like having, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe
yes, a lot of women do go through that.
We did hear Heavenly tell Dr. Jackie something similar on the last season of Married to Medicine. And Dr. Jackie diagnosed it as menopause. But yes, we have heard that.
They did all go get that
serious. So serious.
They did all go get the G shot, and they were happy with the G shot.
Right.
Speaking of G, what do you guys think about Mia and G? She left him in the dust, didn't she? Poor guy.
Yeah, G said he thinks that he's left that she's left him for a younger man with more money, and I believe it. I really do.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. But the worst part about it is they have kids, and I hate the fact that their kids have to see their parents go through this divorce. And Mia is the type that will make it messy.
Mia's going to be making it very obvious, I feel like. And I feel like poor G's going to be sitting there, no money, no respect,
no woman.
Worn out,
He did an interview. I forget who did the interview, but he did do an interview. And he spoke about that. And he spoke about him allegedly being taken by Mia.
I think it was a mutual agreement. And I think maybe she did enjoy him sexually. They did things. I think she enjoys his lifestyle. Maybe she has a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
Older, go do your thing. I'm not gonna be able to sexually satisfy you when you get older. But I didn't think she would leave him. I thought she was in love with him.
It was the money.
I thought that she was in love with him too, but apparently it was that money.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised, or well, I would say maybe a portion were surprised and some people weren't. But Mia admitted to the world that she got with him because of his money. And if she admitted it to the world, then I'm sure there had to be conversation between Mia and G.
Okay.
Relationship.
Keep it real.
Why have babies then?
The money came up.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Now that's the question, Krista. Why have
his kids? I think they have 2 or 3.
Well, if you do unprotected relations,
okay,
that's going to happen.
It tends to happen.
They know better. Their age. Come on.
They knew what they were doing, and maybe Mia wanted to have these babies.
Lock them down.
And she probably wanted to have them while she was still young. So yeah, that makes perfect sense why she would have gone ahead and done that.
But she thought he was doing the business right.
Yeah, what happened? He don't have no money, right? Is
He ain't got no money.
He's not gonna. He'll find a nice older woman, but not with no money. Women, it's crazy. Like, I feel bad for him. Well, but I think whatever happened had a lot to do with her. Maybe his family will take him back into the business now that he's not
with
I don't
her.
know, but I don't know.
Maybe that's a good point, Reality. Maybe they will bring him back into the business now that she's gone, because allegedly stories were going around that they kicked him off the board because of her and her spending habits.
I thought she ran off 7 or 8 of it. The way she sounded, I thought she ran 7 or 8 of his company. I thought she was, she ran all of them, and there was no way they could lose them. That was theirs. They were opening new ones. It was theirs, and all of a sudden they're locked out of the bank accounts and the house, and they're spending $60,000 on a house that they rented, and it's like, gee.
And now we're bi-coastal.
Mia the liar also claimed to be a CEO.
Right.
So, she's going to say anything that she can possibly think of to give herself the upper hand. But at the same time, when you're a known liar, when you're a known deceiver, you're not going to believe anything that comes out of your mouth. So ain't no telling what the case is. So that's why I'm more prone to believing what G says, because anything that Maya says, any explanation that she's going to give is probably going to be laced with lies.
That she just like, she don't give a F. She's like, yeah, I used them for his money. Yeah, I probably stole the money. I think she just does it for shock value, but she forgets her kids are probably going to watch this one day.
Right.
That's right.
That
part. I don't even remember how old they are. I don't remember seeing them a lot.
They're little. Yeah, they're little. They were maybe like 8, 9, somewhere in that age bracket, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, elementary school age children.
Elementary school. Thank you.
So
G said in that interview that allegedly Mia has gone on to another wealthy guy. She's already with somebody wealthy. And here's the thing. These guys know what they're getting when they get an arm piece. An arm piece oftentimes comes with a price.
There you go.
And that price tag goes to the sales rack. They normally go to the next person. And so that's kind of, and so I felt bad for G, but then I didn't feel bad for G.
Because you know what's going on.
Yeah, I felt bad for G because I felt like, G, he probably did fall in love with her. He was, infatuation turned to probably love.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now it's sad because he's an older guy. He's probably thinking, where am I going to go now? Who am I going to be with now? I'm older. I'm by myself. I'm afraid. There was a lot. I'm broke.
He's looking for money to get women. Now this is the first time probably he's don't have no money. He don't know how probably.
Right. And
what is he going to do?
Right. And to me, although I do feel sorry for him, at the same time, I can't, because you signed up for this and you know exactly what type of woman Mia is. You know what you were signing yourself up for. So
he should have this. Yeah, he should have had the secured at his age. He should have secured something somewhere, money,
right?
Something. What were you living off? I mean, you couldn't have been depending on an every paycheck or weekly. You know what I mean? Whatever. It had to have been something where, like she said, we're dead broke. Like, how does he not have a savings or
right?
How is it anything?
What father has said in moments like these, it's a song that has helped me, and I'm sure a lot of people. But everybody plays the fool sometime, and there's no objection to the rule or whatever. But yes, he was just being a fool for this woman, and decided not to think smartly about it. And I hate that for him. But I do have one thing to say about Sai before we get out of here.
I do. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish up with the conversation about G real quick, and then I'm coming right back to you. Like, I want to say this to people, because take this as a learning lesson. These people had much money. I won't say if it was millions, but they had a lot of money, and they spent a lot of their money on rentals. Y'all know how I am about business and finance.
Mm-hmm.
They should have owned at least one property somewhere that they had a tenant in. They could call that tenant and say, I need you to move out my property that's paid for because I need to come back and move into my property.
Mm-hmm.
For them to be moving out of these rentals and not having a homestead of their own, and they have so much money, that's an issue for me.
Yeah.
That's an issue for me with my financial background. And that's one of the reasons why my husband and I, we were like, listen, we had plenty of houses. We sold our house and then we started renting. And then I told my husband, I said, you know what? I said, you are a real estate broker. I'm a business manager, a financial advisor to investors all over the country. There's no reason for us to be renting. It is time to purchase. And praise God, thank you, Jesus. We were able to purchase a home. And we don't even have money like they have. So for those of them that are out there trying to keep up with the Joneses address, you need to understand that you need to have an address of your own. That's my thought on this. Stop trying to be so high up in the place. And like I think Dustin said, sometimes these shows, they may pay for you to have a place to rent or whatever, but go find you a little rental, and then eventually buy your home. Kenya Moore did it. That's what a white refrigerator came in. She had her little rental, but look at the house that she owns now.
Let's go help Robin when she was in that townhome, though.
Robin, townhome, Sheree with the 2-bedroom. Come on now, blow up mattress on the floor, and now she living in
blow up mattress on the floor.
That's a huge ass house. What does she do with that?
We still haven't found out what Shaq.
I don't think we're ever gonna find out.
I don't think we ever will.
No. She ain't shit by Sheree.
Because it looks like her kids don't want to stay with her. So
I don't know, but go ahead, Light of the Leo. Go ahead.
I do want to say I hope for Sai in the future. I hope we see some growth with her. I think she's able to voice what she can and cannot do emotionally. I feel if you know that there's an issue, let's try to take care of that issue because of the way that she blows up at people out of nowhere. Y'all see she had to apologize to Bryn for blowing up at her for what she did herself, telling the secret.
But did you accept Bryn's Sai's apology? Because like Bryn said, you had 6 months to apologize to me. Why you wait until the reunion cameras are rolling to apologize to me?
Right. For me, it was Bryn telling the camera during her confessionals about telling Aaron and about telling Bryn about the secret that Uba told her. The joy and the jubilation in her voice told me that she had no regret. She had no take back. She had no qualms about spreading Uba's business to the other girls. So no, I don't think that apology was sincere because she deliberately told Uba's business.
Yeah, and she waited 6 months. Andy said, "Wait a minute, we were doing film. We were doing photos and all that during that 6 months. Y'all were together. Y'all haven't spoke since that time." She said, "But I do want to apologize." And I'm with Bryn. I'm with Bryn. Now, Bryn was heartfelt. She started crying, but then Bryn quickly thought about it. Wait a minute, your apology. Wait a minute. She dried them tears up real quick, and she was like, "Hold on. You had 6 months to give me this apology, but because these cameras are rolling right now, you want to give me this apology on camera?" So Bryn quickly brought that back around. Sai, I see you. Sai, what you doing now? And you apologize to Jessel for talking about her marriage, and then you're still talking about her marriage, like they said, you still doing it. So you want to apologize at the reunion, but you still go off camera and do what?
Ooh. See, she wish she could be like Aaron. Aaron, she know how to spread the mess a little bit more covertly. I still don't like her, but she does do a better job than Sai.
She does. That is a hot mess. So Latoya had this comment. She says, "Y'all, what about the butlers to in Bravo from Ultimate Girls Trip season 2, allegedly? Was that the one they were in Taiwan or what are those?
An island? Is that the one with like Jersey or no?
I'm not sure which butler you're talking about because I don't remember.
Dorinda's butler, maybe? Is it Dorinda's butler?
Is it Dorinda? Dorinda was the one who was on there with Luann. Dorinda's body looks real good too. Latoya, you have to let me know which one. Was it the one with Dorinda or was it the one they were in Thailand?
Is Morocco even? Are we going to see Morocco at all? The one with Caroline and Brandy and.
I don't think they're going to air that. There was so much debacle with that one.
So many issues with that one.
Yeah, so much issues with that. But let me know on that, Latoya. Let's go over to Uba discusses missing her mom. Now the girls were talking about how they have influenced other people and on social media and stuff. And Uba started crying and said she misses her mom and she didn't really feel like she had done anything really to help, like the people that are watching. But they started telling her that because she had the conversation, said, call your mom, You know, don't hold stuff back. So many people were online saying, "You helped me. I called my mom because of your conversation, because of your story." I really did love, love, love that part. If you guys want to add to that quickly, or if you want to go into another one, let me know before we head out of here.
It was
let's go into
beautiful.
another one.
I like that. I like how she cared. She wanted some kind of impact. Like she wanted.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, I love that too. And Sai, what is Sai saying that she these grown women, she don't like saying I love them to these grown women and so forth. She was like, I don't like telling grown women that I love them. I don't, that's not what I do. You know, she has this super tough exterior. I'll start with you, Light, on that. We got to comment on that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. You understand you have an issue and you explain it understanding that it is an issue. So it may be time that you need to do some a little bit of soul searching, so that you can find a way to tell grown people how you feel about them, because the only people in your life are not just your children and your husband. There are other people around you that would like to get into those walls that you have built for so long. They are so fortified that you know that they're there. So it sounds like it's time to deal with what she doesn't feel like dealing with, which is the resentment that she has towards her mother.
Come on now.
Right, right. She said this while they were having this conversation with Jenna about the fact that she can give love to her son and not have gotten it from her mother. And Sai was saying, yes, that's the love that I give to my husband and to my kids, but it doesn't go outside of those four walls. And I get why Sai is in that space, because when you don't get the love from your mother, you're not able to receive love from others too quickly or too easily. But at the same time, you're closing yourself off from
Right.
so much love, and you're denying yourself the love from others who willingly want to give you that love. So I hope Sai opens up her heart to be able to receive the love from others, because they want to give it to her, just like she was closed off from seeing what Jessel was trying to give to her as a friend, but she refused it because she just did not care. But Jessel probably could have given her a little something, or maybe taught her something that she could have learned. So Sai's got to open up eventually.
She does.
Absolutely.
Reality with Chris Marie, what's your thoughts on this?
That reminds me of like Mary. Like I feel like maybe I have friends that don't like to tell, like, say I love you, I love you. I say it all the time, right? But as far as like giving and receiving, like sometimes like she might not even be capable of it anymore. She might not have it in to get anymore. She might just have enough to give, for her family, because her whole life she didn't. You know what I mean? She might not have it, but she can receive it, and her friends can. Maybe she just doesn't want to. She doesn't have the space there, to say I love you back, and or to, look, I'll receive it, but I'm emotionally not available. I'm not emotionally available to give out too much of it, because listen, she doesn't, in her subconscious, she doesn't know these people are going to hurt her or not. She's very for a long time to trust her husband. She knows her kids are unconditional sometimes, but like, you don't know, like she didn't get unconditional love, I guess, from her mom, right?
Right.
So she's not wired maybe to accept it. Like she might just be, it might be too much damage on her to worry if these people are going to leave or not.
And
it's here just to not have them.
And that's exactly why I say it's time for her to do the work, because her mother was an alcoholic, and she actually had to like low key take care of her mother as she was doing her alcoholism. So I can understand why she feels the way she feels, but instead of fighting for the rest of your life, it's time to do the work.
And Dustin, what you had to comment on this?
Yeah, I was wanting to say so, but you can say what you got to say, Juice, before I say it. That's okay.
I think it's time for Sai to do what she's asking Jessel to do. She's asking Jessel to open up, be you, we want to learn more about you. But Sai, you're not doing the same thing you're asking Jessel to do. We want to learn more about you, but you want to close off that part. All you want to tell us about is your brands and stuff you're doing like that. Or you want to tell it, yeah, we know that, unfortunately it's sad your mom passed away, but we want to hear more about you. We want to get into that part. So as you ask Jessel to open up, I'm hoping that Sai will open up as well. Go ahead, Dustin.
Well, I was gonna say, and you guys all know this. I don't have a lot of friends, so I consider people on the panel. I consider them my best friend. and I also love them very much. I love Regina. I love you all very much, and as Regina knows, a couple weeks ago, I did open up and share something to Jonathan on the panel, so he knows how I feel.
Yes.
And he I really love him for that. I love you all. Love you guys all.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love you all.
We love you too, Dustin. We love you. And we're excited about what you bring to the platform. And you know how it is over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We let everybody into the door as they are. All we ask is that you're loving and kind and you respect one another. And you do all of that. You show so much love to this channel. Even when you're on other people's channel like Diva, you will shout out and show love to the Juice Radio and Talk Show and our panelists over here. And we love you for that. And I sent the team a beautiful comment, a beautiful group messenger about how I was so happy you're on our 90 Day Fiance channel and that we have that platform up for you. For you and Aaron. You and Aaron asked for that. And I said, you know what? I pray about everything. And I said, Lord, what can we do? And he says, let them have the show. And I said, you know what? That's right. Let them have the show. And so we appreciate you so much, Dustin. And know this, you can always be yourself on our panel. If you don't want to hide behind that emoji, you can come out. If you want to stay back there, you're fine. Either way, we love you. And thank you so much for those kind words, Dustin. I appreciate it.
I do appreciate it. And I would love to have Jonathan back on the panel this week if that's possible.
I will definitely be there.
He makes me feel a little bit more comfortable when he's there.
I love it.
Yes.
He knows how I feel, and everybody else knows how I feel. So it makes me feel more comfortable when he's there.
I love that. And plus, you want another guy on the panel, so me and Aaron, the girls, don't outweigh the guy.
Right.
And I'm not saying that, dude. I'm just saying it makes me feel more comfortable.
I'm teasing you. It's my joke. It's my joke. I'm teasing you.
But yes, I will definitely be joining y'all on Thursday.
So I'll definitely be here, and hopefully everybody else will be here as well. Definitely makes me feel more comfortable when Jonathan is there, supporting me with all the rest of you guys.
Awesome.
That's how Aaron used to be. Aaron was my security blanket for like 6 months. I'm like, don't leave me, Aaron, don't leave me.
I know.
I can't do it without you.
I know. Aaron is the best. Aaron is. I mean, she send me inboxes. She's like, you got to go. She said, Reality with Chris Maria is going to be on. Can you be here? And I'm like, okay, I'm in the car. Send me the link. I was like, I'm going to be there. Let me support her. And I love Aaron because she's a connector.
Yep.
Aaron is a connector, and I love what she does. And if you guys really think about it, everybody that comes on panel, everybody that we kind of interview on here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show, we all have kind of like that kindred type of spirit with each other. You know, yeah. So Claire, don't worry, girl. You were not late. You're on time. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for being here, Claire. Justin McKinnon is here. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
He's a
great. I mean, not Jonathan. Is Joseph here? Remember, is Joseph in the
Joseph is not in the chats yet. He usually watches the repeats if he's busy. Justin McKinnon is here. He has a great YouTube channel, you guys, called Justin Fox Films. You guys need to check him out. He did. Yes. Yeah, he's really good. All right, so final thoughts on this real quick. I'm just going to go over side calling Bren are those names that I won't discuss on the channel, but one start with an S, the other start with a W. You guys, those are not good words to say to each other, even if you say them behind closed doors or to other people, it will get out. And I'm like, Uba, maybe Aaron is the one that outed her. But somebody said that to Bren. And if you're going to be somebody's friend, you're going to either have to accept them as they are, or you're just going to have to let them go. But to hold on to them and still talk about them, that's not a friend. That's a foe.
Right. And that's why I like Uba and Aaron's relationship, because Uba understands who Aaron is and how she operates. And she accepts that. But she also holds Aaron's feet to the fire at the same time. So that's why I liked seeing their friendship.
Yes. And Bren said this, and then I'll let you guys give your closing thought. Bren told Sai, she was like, Sai, because Sai was saying, well, I still don't know what you do. And Sai was like, oh, but I signed that contract for you. And Sai said, oh, in 2017. And Bren was like, yeah, and I signed 6 more after that. So, Sai, stop trying to belittle Bryn because Bryn's gonna come for you.
Okay.
She's gonna put you on blast. So be careful because if she signed a contract, she can probably block other contracts or stop contracts from going forward. So be careful who you trying to come for. Side, be careful. I'm gonna start the round table and do our closing thoughts. I'll start over there with you, Dustin. What's your closing thoughts?
I just want to say we all had a great show, and I'll see you guys on Thursday, if not sooner. I love you guys very much.
Thank you, Dustin. Hey, TD. All right, reality. What's your closing thoughts?
No, I just appreciate you guys welcoming me up, and I think somebody just said right before this, don't sleep on New York. I'm like, all right, I feel like I can start watching it, and I feel bad saying, oh, now I'll watch it now that it's over, but like now I really want to get. I feel like this can be. I kept saying that reality.
That's all right,
it was
that's
like
all right. Reality with Chris and Marie, because I think if you have Peacock, you can watch it on Peacock.
I think I want to get caught up on it.
Oh yes,
yeah,
you do.
I
you
have
do.
Peacock, and I watched it on Peacock before. I watched it before it even came out on the TV because I watched it on Peacock because I don't like the ads. So I watched it on ad free on Peacock.
Okay, so you were saying, Krista Marie?
I just like if they stick together, like I said, they didn't know each other and like they put this group of girls together. But if they can build relationships and build things, and then stuff will come out, not drama, cotton candy drama.
Yeah,
realistic behavior. Let's just throw wine in people's faces. Let's talk about this and that one. You know what I mean? Conflict and resolution, and like build relationships. So like you're saying, like, oh, these shows are going to suck because there's no criminals on them. They're going to jail. The franchise is over. It's over. It's over. So we had 13 years of no criminalistic behavior, and we were fine. So we can build. Housewives can. And I think these names are actually real. I don't think they went through the handbook and tried to create fake housewives. And I think, hiding glasses, if that's the worst thing that happened is somebody hid somebody's glasses. Great. If your husband's on it, I want to know more about that husband. I want to go with him. I want to know what happens. I don't care. She doesn't have to tell us, but maybe we're interested. Maybe we want to watch. I don't know. We're just saying.
I love that, Krista. Krista saying, well, I want to know when you go to Vietnam. I want to know.
Okay. What is on the itinerary, sir?
What was it?
He showed us proof. I said, what did he show you?
How was the sandwich? No, the lettuce and the bread and stuff. Wasn't that from the engagement party? No. The anniversary party.
Where the photo came from, but when they had it on that tweet or Twitter or X or whatever it's called now,
it's X. It's called X now. They rebranded it.
I was like,
I believe
it might stories
because they mentioned it while they was talking about how there was no food at Erin's anniversary party. She never served food. They had to bring that up. She didn't know how to serve no food.
Right.
And she had. Did y'all see the pigs in the blankets that she had?
I see that.
Now I'm hungry. I want to.
Y'all say hello to Joseph. Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.
Hello, Joseph.
I'm gonna come up to you, Light of the Leo, for closing thoughts, and over to Jonathan for our final thoughts. Joseph said, rolling in on 2 or 4 wheels. Hey, beautiful people, how are we doing on tonight? Raise your hand if you love the juice. Don't lie. You show love by liking the live. Look, we killing it by liking the live. Mash buttons, people. We love the juice. Thank you so much. Joseph is the best. He always comes in like a philosopher, man. A philosopher. And he said, yes, ma'am. Well said, Krista. Absolutely. And he also said hello to Joseph. Jarrell. Joseph. All right. Come on, Light of the Leo. What are your closing thoughts? And then over to Jonathan for finals.
Lord. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this season is just the simple fact that we were privy to these 5-6 people coming to get to know each other and learning each other. That's what all the adversity was about. Them trying to understand who each other are. And I really enjoyed this ride. I didn't like Jessel at first. Now I like her. I ain't know nothing about Erin, but now I don't like her. Sai, she needs to get it together. And I'm looking at cats. Anyway, I'm sorry. But I've really enjoyed this. I'm actually very excited to see what's going to happen on the next episode for the reunion. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. Personally, I'm with you, Jennifer. I was telling you, I was messaging Jennifer while I started watching the show. I did not like Jessel at first. I did not like the way that she treated her family, her staff. I love the way that her husband kept her in check. But I just did not like, and the fact that they hadn't done anything in over a year. Like I was just not here for Jessel. But as the episodes went on, I warmed up to her, and I really, really like her. Like she's like I like her more than I like Aaron, and I like her more than I like Sai. Let's just say that's where she is in the ranking. But I love Jenna Lyons. I'm so glad that I was introduced to her through this show. I love Bryn. Bryn is like my party girl with a purpose. Like, Mia is just a party girl, just a party. But Bryn is a party girl, but she gonna get things done at the same time. Okay. But Mia just wants to sit back and get her nails done and hair done and all that good stuff and not get her hands dirty.
That is not
Bryn will do the hard work to make sure it gets done. So, anyways, I love these women. I cannot wait to see what happens on the second part. I didn't see a preview for it, but I'm assuming that the husbands will come out. I don't know if Jessel's husband will have to, answer to any questions about
or
his
bring the
Vietnamese
sandwich
travels, or bring the sandwich, or what the case may be. But that'll be interesting to see if it does happen, though. I'm sure they'll be there.
Well, I did see the preview. I did not see the husbands. I did see the preview. There were a lot of tears. And crying that was going on. So thank you so much, Mir. He said, Mr. Joseph Jewell, just hit the like button. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you so much. Joseph said, hard wave. Hey, thank you so much for that. And Mamir said, does anyone know the next franchise that's going to be on and when? Well, we're going to be recapping next week, Salt Lake City, and then all the other ones start November 4th. I think Married to Medicine comes on, and also
that's November 5th.
Yeah, and then also
November 5th.
Housewives of Potomac comes on.
Beverly Hills starts this week too.
And Beverly Hills, yes. So all of those are coming on. So Jonathan has a
I can't wait for Beverly Hills.
My heart already, like the life's already sucked out of me already.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So you guys, I want to say this. As far as the closing thoughts that I have for this Housewives of New York, I loved it. And I'm going to say that my theme for the Housewives of New York is mothers. When you think about it, all of the ladies had a situation where concerned their mother, and they brought it up on camera. Sai, we spoke about her mother unfortunately passing away and the disease that she had with drugs and so forth. She spoke about that. You have heard about that. Jenna spoke about her mother not loving her and the hurt that she endured during that as well. Aaron spoke about her mother and a health issue that she's going through, and also the separation and her being, a single mom and raising the kids. Uba spoken about losing her mother and how hurtful that is and not having her mother there. Bryn spoke about her mother not being in her life and the things that her mother did to her when she was young and the hurt that her mother incurred. And then we have Jessel, the beautiful Jessel. Jessel, you need to take a note from all these beautiful 5 women. They're really trying to let you know one key thing that we all should know. Not just you, Jessel, but everyone who still has their mother should know this, because from a woman myself who also has lost her mother, who she's resting in heaven, I want to say this to all of you who still have your mother. I'm going to take the words of Uba. Call your moms.
Okay.
Call your moms. Whatever it is, let it go, because once they're gone, they're gone. And the next episode that's coming up with the reunion, Sai is going to speak more about that. And in one of the previews, it showed that Sai said that her husband had told her that her mother could not come back to their home because of the way she behaved around her children. Go ahead, drink reality. You're good. This is home. And so Sai said, in 3 months after that, her mom passed away, and she feels as though it's her fault. She missed spending those 3 months with her mom. Sometimes, you guys, thank you, Holy Spirit, you have to accept people as they are.
Sometimes you can't control. Sometimes you can't control when something happens like that, and you can't sit there and like, well, I wish I would have spent more time with you. You wouldn't ever know. And sometimes it just comes up like that. Sometimes you can't help yourself, even though you want to, but sometimes you just can't do it.
You have to spend the time with them. Now, here's what I think a lot of people do, and I have learned this art. I have learned the art of being comfortable in other people's spaces because sometimes that's what they need. Just be comfortable in this. And when it's time for you to go, just go ahead and leave on a good note. Don't always be angry. Don't always be bitter, because when it comes time for you that you really want to say that I'm sorry or give that apology and they're no longer here, it's going to hurt you more than anything. So make peace with everybody.
Amen.
Especially with your loved ones. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate you all for being here. Y'all check out Reality with Christy Marie's page. Thank you so much, beautiful, for being here.
Thank you.
Love you, Krista. Love you, Dustin.
She's amazing.
Love you all.
Appreciate you so much. Jonathan and Light of the Leo. Y'all know y'all my light. Y'all get ready to go over here to Light of the Leo. She's coming on tonight at 9 p.m. 9 p.m.
Shout out to, can I do a shout out to Diva real quick? Diva's going live. Diva's actually live now, but I'm going to jump over there after I get done with here. But I wasn't going to leave the panel tonight. I was going to stay right over here with it. All my best friends as well. So I was going to stay right over here, but now I'm going to go to Diva now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the loyalty, Dustin. Appreciate you. And I'll be over to Diva after I finish with Light. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
So much, Maria. He said, this makes me think of Monica from Salt Lake City. I hope she watches. Yeah, we talk about that. That's Monica, that's right. Love your mom, Monica. Stop being mean to your mom.
They're not speaking, and they're on speaking terms either.
And I can understand why.
Yeah. I think Monica wanted to go the other way. I think she brought her mom on there to maybe fix it.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
You could reflect back and watch, like, this is how we acted. We don't want to, because I mean, I imagine like what people would think if they saw me arguing with my mom. That would be so heartbreaking. Like, because I know how I felt in the moment, but from the outside perspective, you guys just made me think, like, yeah, you're right. Like, the things that I said, like, from the outside perspective, it's not like I can imagine how. Yeah,
it looks.
Yeah. TD said this. He said, I called my mother today. Funny thing, she messaged me right after I thought to call her. Yep. Then I knew it was meant to happen. You better go ahead. You better go ahead and show them what to do. Thank you so much. In reality, that's beautiful what you just said. Thank you also. Mamir said that's quite beautiful. You and your mom must be close. Thank you so much. I love how they say mom. I love that.
Mom, yes.
Oh my goodness. It makes it feel like she's like home, like baking cookies.
Yes.
I love it. All right, you guys. Thank y'all so very much for being here. Let's go over to Light of the Leo. Y'all go over there to Reality with Chris Miriam and sign up for her page, you guys. Thank y'all again for a great recap. We will meet y'all again here at the same place next week. Same time, 7 p.m. over here at the Juice Radio Talk Show for our reality show. Y'all have a blessed evening.
I definitely be here next week with y'all, so I can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
All right.
1, 2, 3, guys. We're out.
Bye,
Good
y'all.
night.
Bye. Bye.
Do you enjoy smooth jazz saxophone? TD McCullum has 2 singles available with more to come. The first is an original song called Groove With Me, featuring the classic sounds of Washington, D.C. go-go and his smooth jazz saxophone. The second is called Drunk on Love, a smooth jazz saxophone cover of Rihanna's Drunk on Love from her 2011 Talk That Talk album. Both are available on all major streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, and more. Add them to your favorite library and playlist today. And follow Tyrone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Mr. TD McCullum for your music and bookings. JoJo Speaks is a YouTube channel that goes live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. with hot topics and social commentary. Come join the Light of the Leo, Mr. TD McCullum, and our good friend Mike, Mr. Real 121, for fun and JoJo's unique spin on today's top stories. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you are struggling to figure out who you are and where you're heading, but need a little light to bring you back on track, subscribe to the Light of the Leo for some healing and real conversation. Here is where you will find encouragement and the reminder that you are not alone. Continue your journey to freely be yourself at all times with the Light of the Leo. She goes live Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with her co-host, accountability partner, and little bro, JoJo Speaks. Join Faithful Warrior Ministries for our Family and Friends Saturday morning prayer. Every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great time catching up, sharing testimonies, and having transparent, real conversations about life. We encourage each other and show how we can fit God into each equation of our lives. Enjoy a devotional reading and family prayer. You have a prayer family with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Subscribe on YouTube at Faithful Warrior Ministries and on Facebook, like us at Faithful Warrior Men. That's M-I-N as in Ministries. Join Pastor Lorenzo Evans and Living in Grace Ministries. The messages are not social media driven. They teach what's true and not what's popular. Living in Grace Ministries goes live every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to Living in Grace Ministries and click on the notification bell. Pastor Lorenzo also has It Takes a Village podcast on the first and third Saturday of each month, pushing to bring back the village concept. We are more powerful when we are united. Together we stand, and division is not an option. A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.